Welcome back to the Midnight Ride for another cooking video. This was supposed to be a video about preparing a turkey breast on your Traeger Pellet Grill, but instead we're going to do a video about what we could find in the stores, which is a bone-in turkey breast. Unfortunately, it's already been seasoned, so it's a little bit weird. But we're going to cook it as is because this is what we could find at the store. The other one is just a turkey breast, which also has already been seasoned. This is not, and it feels pretty frozen actually. So we'll see what happens. We're going to put my expertise to the test today to see what happens with this, because in your area you may only be able to cook what you can find in the stores right now, and honestly that might not be a whole lot. Like, we have seen anywhere from like gorgeous briskets in the stores to beef ribs in the stores to pork ribs in the stores. Now we have this because that's what there was. So what I'm going to do is just cut these open and we'll get them. I'm not going to go through all the seasoning and all that stuff until we actually get a turkey breast where that would be applicable. So we'll just cut these open and see what happens. So this is the bone-in turkey breast, and it should be pretty apparent that like this has a lot of seasoning to it. I'll tell you what I do know is that, first of all, this has this little thing in it that'll pop up when it's done. We're going to take that out because we don't need this. The other thing is that this turkey breast still has the skin on. When you're doing a turkey breast on your pellet grill, you want to take the skin off. We just don't need that on there. And if you have a decent knife, this should be a fairly quick thing to do. I don't even know what this is. So I'm just going to trim it off because it's going to burn up anyway. And really, like, that's going to burn up. Whatever that is going to burn up, which is probably the remnants of the wing and the thigh. Also this piece, just cut it right off there. All right, so now the skin's off there. Now we're going to take care of our turkey breast, which is still fairly, even though it wasn't in the frozen section, I mean, it's still pretty solid. So I think we'll go ahead and throw it on the grill. And as you can see, it's already heavily seasoned. So we'll just leave that as is too and see what happens. But yeah, our grill is up to temperature. The magic temperature of 275, which is what we pretty much use for everything. So we're going to throw these onto our Traeger for about 2 hours, and then we'll go out there and check them for color, because that's all we could really do at this point. This is going to be a really interesting experiment today. Not only is it cooking with two meats that we weren't expecting, or two meats that it was all that we could find, but we're also cooking in really windy conditions, which always messes with the cook time of what you're doing. So we're going to throw these on the grill for about 2 hours, then we'll go out there and check them. No matter what you're cooking, always put a water pan in the cook chamber. It will help keep whatever you're cooking moist and keep some humidity in the cook chamber. It'll make everything you're going to eat better, I promise. All right, so we are up to temperature on the grill, which is 275. I'm going to put the turkey breast that has the bone in with the breast toward the back of the grill because I feel like that is the hottest part of my grill. the semi-frozen turkey breast. We're just going to throw in there, I think maybe with the thick part toward the back. So it's been about 2 hours now on the Traeger, which would normally be the time I go out there and check it for color, and we're still going to do that. If they look good right now, we're going to go ahead and take them off the grill, start monitoring the temperature internally for 165, and then I think we'll go ahead and wrap them to help with the cook, and we'll see how it goes. I honestly don't know, but we will find out together. Okay, so here's what I would say right now. Just looking at these, they look a little bit dry to me. So I think we will definitely wrap these individually. And I think I'll add a little bit of moisture before wrapping them up, because they do look pretty dry. So let's experiment together, and I think what we'll do, let's use some of our trusty apple cider vinegar and water inside this foil. And before you wrap these up, you want to go with the shiny side on the inside. So let's do this bone in breast first. And we'll go ahead and spritz this side too and see what happens. And then before we wrap this up, let's make sure we get our probe in here before and without hitting the bone. So it looks pretty good. 2 layers of foil, as always. All right, so there's our bone-in turkey breast, and we will put that upside down when we go back out there. And now we have our boneless turkey breast, and let's go ahead and spray that one too. And we'll go ahead and let's go ahead and flip that one upside down too from where we had it before. We'll spray both sides. And we'll get our probe in there. Okay, so we are wrapped up nice and tight. We are using, for the very first time, we are using our ThermoPro meat thermometer, both probes, and really interesting right now, our bone-in turkey breast is at 153 internal temperature. The boneless is at 135. I don't know what to make of that, but we'll still use that for the final judgment on when they're done. So we'll go get these back on the grill, still cooking at 275 right now, and we'll wait for this to go off, and then we'll pull them off and see how they are. And probably the reason why the boneless breast is still at 135 is because that thing was a rock when we put it on there. Even though it was supposed to be thawed or refrigerated, like not frozen, it was still pretty frozen when we put it on the grill. But that's still, after a couple of hours, that's still pretty impressive for where it is internally, but we'll see how it tastes when it's all said and done. And now we wait. So it's been like an hour since we wrapped our turkey and brought it back out and put it back on the grill. And at that time, the turkey breast with the bone in was way far ahead internally on the temperature than the boneless breast was. And they caught up at exactly the same time. So we're going to take these off now and let them rest for about like half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, and then we'll unwrap them, slice them, give them a little bit of a taste test and see how they are. So we've let the meat rest for about 45 minutes. Now we're going to open it up and see if it matters at all. So that is the turkey breast, the boneless. Over here we have our bone-in turkey breast, and that's still pretty warm. As you can probably see with the steam rolling off there. But it is a nice golden brown, which is a good sign. And now we just want to have a little taste test. That's certainly not dry. I mean, that's nice and juicy for a turkey breast. So there we have that one. Let's slice a little bit off this end. And it definitely doesn't look the same. Like this is our bone-in turkey breast that was already thawed out. It looks a lot more natural. Get it still. It looks a lot more natural to me than this one does. Like this looks pretty kind of fake to me. I don't know about you on camera, but I think this one looks a lot better. So I'll give Catherine a bite and me a bite, and we'll see what we think real quick. So let's try the chicken breast or the turkey breast boneless first.
I don't know if it's the seasonings or what, but it's got a kind of a funky flavor.
It has a funky flavor.
Yes.
In a perfect world, you would be able to add your own flavoring and seasoning to the turkey breast. And that seasoning is not very good. Like it'll do it in a pinch. It's going to feed you, but
and that was the
boneless.
The butterball boneless.
Yes. Do not recommend. So let's try this is Genio, by the way, because I know I didn't mention it up front, but this is a Genio bone-in turkey breast that was already seasoned, apparently. We didn't know that till we opened it. It tastes a lot better than the other one, I think. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It's still not as good as the frozen ones that aren't seasoned, but...
So we both agree the Genio bone-in, thawed out, pre-seasoned brined turkey breast is better than the butterball boneless, seasoned, whatever, half frozen turkey breast. We're gonna do this again, but when we can actually get a good one. So if this is all you can find, if you had just these two to choose from, get the Genio bone-in turkey breast and cook it this way, and it'll be okay. Until next time, please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up button if you liked this video. Hit the thumbs down if you didn't. And leave a comment down below if you've had any of these experiences so far. But until next time, we will see you on the next episode of The Midnight Bride.